Thanks for watching our internet edition of Nightline. So what was a wicker man? It was a giant wooden effigy used by ancient pagans for human sacrifice. It was also the title of one of the most provocative films from the 1970s. A policeman searches for a missing girl in a village of modern-day pagans. Now Hollywood has remade the Wicker Man in a film that opens tomorrow, and we expect many moviegoers will be asking the question, are there really any pagans still out there? The answer may surprise you. Here's ABC's Hari Srinivasan.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
The British horror film was unforgettable, an isolated island in modern times where villagers practiced ancient rites of paganism. In the new remake, Nicolas Cage plays the policeman who stumbles into their secretive, dangerous world.
My little girl is still here.
Secretive and dangerous? That's just the movies, right? Well, believe it or not, modern-day pagans are very much alive and thriving in real life.
I conjure thee.
Modern paganism started flourishing in the 70s and 80s. Grown men and women dancing around either semi-naked or in costume, banging drums, playing with fire, worshipping nature, burning large wooden effigies that could be modern-day wicker men, minus the human sacrifice. Today, there are anywhere from 50 to 100,000 believers of Wicca in the U.S., which includes the practice of witchcraft.
We stand in this circle, brothers and sisters.
And even among non-believers, many pagan traditions live on. Take the enormously popular Burning Man Festival in Nevada, which began its annual festivities this week.
Now, you're a witch?
I'm a green witch, too.
Should I be scared?
Yes.
Susan Weed is a Wicca witch in Woodstock, New York. The only thing wicked about her is her sense of humor.
Okay, you've got a cauldron over there. I've got to take a look.
We've got to take it. Let's see if we can haul this cauldron over here, huh?
No little children have ever been cooked in this pot, obviously.
No little children have ever been cooked in this pot.
Kidding aside, Susan, a high priestess in the Dianic tradition, one that reveres goddesses, says that her religion has an important function.
One of the things that people really like about Wicca, about witchcraft, about paganism, is the honoring of the female.
Right.
The female principle. Because a witch is a powerful woman, isn't she? And she is a powerful woman who appears not to bow down to any man.
Susan says Wicca is a religion that combats what she considers Christianity's oppression of women. Witchcraft, Wiccans say, is not meant for evil, but it still gets a bad rap. In the original Wicker Man movie, the pagans practice a religion that is sinister, misguided, and in the end sadistically violent. Negative stereotypes of ritual sacrifice and sexual promiscuity about paganism have persisted.
Biggest misconception, obviously, is that we are satanic in any way. There is no Satan figure in witchcraft. Never has been, never will be.
And what about the notions of pagans using potions and secret spells?
Spells are part of witchcraft. But prayers are part of Christianity, you know, and other religions. And a spell is just a different way to do your praying.
Witches are afraid to do harm because many believe that any spell they cast will come back to them threefold. Call it Wiccan karma. In other words, it's just better to be good.
So you're fine in bare feet, even on these rocky trails?
Yes.
This is kind of an appropriate day. We couldn't really be doing a story about witchcraft on a nice sunny day,
On a nice sunny day. No, it has to be raining, doesn't it?
We walked through Susan's property through what seemed like an enchanted forest, off to cast a spell.
This particular crossroads, that is the fairy glen, and we're not allowed in there.
For most people looking at that, that looks like some fallen branches, some twigs. How do you know that that's a fairy glen?
Because the fairies told me that's where they wanted to stay.
The rain seemed to come down harder the more I questioned the existence of the fairies.
This, of course, is a magical gate. You will be changed as you walk through.
Magical gate.
Through more magical gates, we reached an altar on a mesa, the place Susan says is the most powerful spot on her land. This is apparently the way to loosen up the energy in the glacial rock we were standing on, and she did teach me how to cast a spell.
Let's pretend that you have a problematic boss.
Okay.
Just for the purpose of this.
Everybody does.
Everybody does, exactly.
Sure.
So it's a pretty good pretense. So the first part of this spell goes I, and then you say your full name.
Hari Srinivasan.
Exist in the universe.
Exist in the universe.
Okay, part two.
Part two.
My boss, and you say his full name. Exist in the universe.
Okay.
Okay. Now for the third part.
Third part.
There is a connection between you and your boss that brings about pleasure and beauty.
There is a connection between me and my boss that brings about pleasure and beauty.
And that's the spell.
Whatever happens to my boss, his fate is likely better than that of the Wicker Man. I'm Hari Srinivasan for Nightline in Woodstock, New York.
Real-life paganism in America. And that's today's internet edition of Nightline. Thank you for downloading us. I'm Martin Bashir. For Terry Moran, Cynthia McFadden, and all of us at ABC News, enjoy the rest of your day.